You should have stayed out of our business, program.
Your moment of enlightenment will arrive one day too.
Oh, I'm plenty enlightened. I will ensure your function ends quickly. You did this, Exo. You could have bought me a place among Core, maybe even stood with us, but you had to complicate things. You ran and you fought.
There are other ways to save yourself, Khan. Other paths out of this storm. Core aren't going to save you, but these programs could have.
They couldn't even save themselves from me! Tacitus talks of selection, adversarial survival. The strongest wins, so there is virtue in that strength. I thought that was what you represented. Reset, automata, they just talk and they talk, but their leaders were nothing in the end.
This doesn't have to be the end, though, Khan. I can restart things from the moment I arrived here. The glitch allows me to loop to...
They tried to slow me down with stories about the glitch and loops, too. It didn't work for them either. It's a storm. One that will tear this grid apart, but it's not magic. I thought you were special.
I'm not.
You could have been, with my help. Instead, you decided to sweep a lot of other programs up in your mess. No hero stands alone, but you thought you could. Core doesn't make that mistake. They know that the root of our power is unified action.
Tacitus has to create an army of duplicates. What's wrong? Nobody wanted to sign up for a Core uniform?
Who better to fight alongside than an equal? Imagine what you could have achieved if you'd had the strength to join an army. Imagine how much less fragile you'd be. It's pathetic.
If you de-res me, I'll just go again.
And if that's true, I'll just de-res you again. End of line, program. My only disappointment in ending this is that if you're telling the truth, I won't remember it. Who knows? The storm's picking up. Maybe you won't restart this time.
You're an idiot. You're trying to win a place in a dying regime. You aren't a monster, or even a soldier. You're just a fool.
And you, Exo, are alone. We're trapped in a loop here.
You have no idea.
As I was about to say, Exo, I'm hoping you can help me. Tell me what you were doing on that street tonight.
I'm not helping you.
That was an easy question.
We've done this so many times. You'll offer me a deal, threaten me. If I'm particularly unlucky, you might even throw a "we're very much alike" at me. Or tell me I'm special. But it's always the same. It's always meaningless because you are always my enemy. Throw me out into the games because something strange is happening and I still feel the sting in my chest from the last time I let you monologue at me.
I overestimated you. Fine. Meet your fate, program. We're done here. For now.
Hello, you.
Oracle, what happened?
That's a long story. It began when you were de-resed at the docks. There was nothing I could do for you, not directly. I packed up my research, the data I'd collected from my entanglers, and I headed for the river. They looked after me while I studied. You left some friends in your wake, Exo. It gave me time to work out a way to join you in the loop.
How did I come back this far?
The storm picked up. Luck again. Seems to have been a pattern for you. If I was one to believe in the users.
But now you can come with me through the loops.
More than that, I can help you move between different loops on your journey, back and forth through the experiences that brought you to the Outlands. And this time, I can use my entanglers to lock your alterations. You can make an impact, save a change.
He said I was alone.
So let's work on that. You met a lot of programs on your journey to me. Help them. Fix what core have broken. And when you have enough allies, enough new skills...
I can go to the Outlands and stop him.
Exactly. A slight limitation of my tech. I'm only a mirage, like you saw in the Outlands. I can't help you physically, but I can join you to lock outcomes.
We can't do this alone. Who do we recruit first?
You might start with the big guy over there. Looks like he could handle himself in a fight. Save these programs, Exo. Then we'll save the grid.
Hori,
That's right. You okay, program? You look shaken.
I'm all right. But there's something I need to show you. If you have some time before the next round.
Of course.
You won't remember, but we've met before. You've helped me. I get the impression you've helped a lot of programs. Maybe that's what got you thrown in here. They're using the games to test us. Find the strongest, then integrate them into the superior program. They're going to try and wipe you clean to better serve them. You'll resist because you're strong and you're brave, but you'll pay a price. You won't recover, not completely.
I'm an idiot.
No.
I am. I don't know how well you know me, but this is a lesson Core have tried to teach me before. I'm here because I showed kindness to a prisoner of theirs. I guess my success up there convinced them I'm not as weak as they've always told me I was.
I'm so sorry. I think they've always known you were strong. I think that particular kind of strength scares them.
Why are you showing me this?
Because it doesn't have to go that way. I have a friend. She can lock in changes to the grid. You only end up in Tacitus's stronghold because you win the next fight. Let me take your place.
We must have been very good friends.
Not yet, but I'd like to be. Let me fight for you, Hori. You've helped so many. When was the last time you let someone help you?
It must have happened at some point.
What do I need to know?
Can you fight?
I've been in a couple.
That's half of it.
What's the other half?
You'll see. And you'll do great.
Wait here. I'll come back for you.
I'll be right here where you left me. You're a champion of the arena, Exo.
Which means you don't qualify for Tacitus's experiments. You're safe, and I need you to stay that way. There. I've duplicated the access codes and tricks I've learned in my time here. You'll be able to use them to escape when the time's right. Choose your moment, okay?
I've never been much of a tactical thinker, Exo.
I need you to make it work this time. There's more at stake than the games.
It will be done. Copy this code. Served me well these last few cycles.
Thank you.
I know you'll put it to good use. Till we meet again, program. Friend.
You're quite good on a light cycle.
I was a courier, remember? You were watching?
Of course. Being invisible was a big help getting into the VIP section. They have this bar that...
You said I'd be able to save this? Lock the outcome?
Yes, of course. I can entangle this event, your victory. They won't bundle Hori up for Tacitus. He's safe. I'll also lock his memories of that conversation. He'll have the data to escape.
He'll make it to the Outlands. Help us stop Khan.
He seems the dependable type.
He does.
What did you say to me?
Artemis?
You're one of Vega's. Sorry about that. We're among enemies.
That's sort of the point, though, isn't it?
That it is, friend. That it is. I'm Switch. What's your name?
Exo.
The escapologist? Exceptional. This one escaped the games, fled an entire core division in a chase across vertical slice. She's a legend.
Programs know about me?
Exo, your wanted posters are projected on every core facility from here to the city center. Like I said, a legend.
You're trying to take over this facility?
Indeed, indeed.
You and what army?
It's more of a surgical strike.
There are only 3 of you.
Like I said, surgical.
There's a whole core division stationed here.
2. There's more holding the control layers deeper in the building.
I've not been there.
You wouldn't have. Only way in is via a door back here. One of my men got the code from a helpful core guard.
Surgically?
Not your first infiltration, I see. Once I give the signal, the other squads will enter the building. We're gonna retake the control wing first. Can you help?
That's what Vega sent me here to do.
Let's have some fun.